What's going on, everyone? Pinchy out here and working on the Mark IV Outlander. So the issue is we burnt the clutch and we need a new one. And we don't have a lot of time because we have another get together on Saturday. And so for us to be able to make it in time, I got to work late and it's what's going on, Will? What's going on? I'm trying to get on here on my YouTube channel so I can talk to you guys while I work. There we go. There we go. So there's my comment box. But yeah, what new clutch? Pretty much it's a new that we ended up killing it. So right now we're gonna disconnect the battery. And then after disconnecting the battery, we got to work on removing the intake and pulling the intake out, and then battery out, battery tray. That'll get us to the underneath portion of the car. Once we do that, then we're going to jack up the car, get the wheels off, take the axle bolts, all 12. Once that's done, then we can put a jack underneath the engine and unbolt the transmission, put a jack underneath the transmission. Take off the passenger axle bolt, axle cup. Once that's done, the transmission can be dropped. That's as easy as it gets for this car. I know it's always better said than done, but that is very true. Give me just a second. I gotta grab my car key. So gotta make sure the windows are up because I'm going to be disconnecting the battery, and then if that's the case, we got to make sure we have everything closed up before we leave tonight. So we're going to get a 10 millimeter. At the 10 millimeter, we're going to get some vice grips. 10 millimeter with an extension to remove the intake box. That'll get us halfway. And still, you're going to need a 10 millimeter to remove the battery tray. That's half the job on top. I will be going back and forth, guys. So if you don't see me for a minute, it's because I want to go get tools. Gonna need them to do the job. I'm disconnecting this guy because the what's it called, the light bar is on that wire. It's really annoying, so it'd just be easier for me to do it like that. And we need a 13 down below to remove the battery tray. Here we go. Yeah, well, 25, yeah. I'm going to pull the trans right now, buddy. all by myself. All by myself. Let's see. Good thing I've done this a million times, so I know exactly what I'm doing, I think. 3 Bowman, that is about my average, is about 3 hours. But I've never done a TDI, so I don't know what to expect. This is kind of my first for a TDI, and my guess is probably the same exact thing. Will 25, I actually went to school for my I actually got ASEs, my ASE certifications, and then everything else about Volkswagen is self-taught. I went to school for general education for automotive technology, and then I started doing my own stuff. Okay, battery is coming out, I think. There we go. I'm gonna move you guys over. Give me a second here. Tripod is not in the best position for me. Trying to get you guys closer, so bear with me, please. There we go. Hopefully that works better. I mean, more likely it's going to take me about 3 to 4 hours. Just because I'm going to be talking as I work. So, not the most efficient way to work, you know? But I like talking to you guys. Definitely a lot of fun. Don't worry about it, Tiny, man. Everybody's got life, and I understand and respect that, you know? And you guys got things to do, and that's 100% fair. I, on the other hand, have to have this ready because we broke it and we need it for the weekend. So, if not, I'd be sleeping right now or watching. All right. Now we need vice grips. Pull that guy out. So what I just removed was just the mass airflow sensor for this car. And now airbox is coming up. Come on. Oh, devil. Back in one. There's that. Actually really curious after all that driving. Not much dirt. Impressive. Okay. This should be okay. I shouldn't have to worry about anything else. Okay, so now that we're here, now the battery tray has to come out. Yeah. For that to come out, this one's different than the GTI. Ooh, you can smell that burnt clutch, man. Will 25. Yes, I'm in California. I'm actually in Escondido, California, to be exact. There we go. Aw. Yeah, this is weird. Oh, it's like there's like a little flap. This is new to me right here. Right there. Little flap. Very neat. Okay. So now on top, you guys can see we have the starter, all the wiring for that. We have the shifter. So all of this has to come out. Slave cylinder, the shift pendulum, all the brackets here, and then all of this has to come out before you even touch the bottom of the car. Okay? And if you get all this prepared, it'll make your life a lot easier. So right now we're going to remove the shift pendulum. Now before I take it out, we got to disconnect this guy down here. Don't lose this little clip. This is super important. Did my big turbo GTI pass emissions? No. That thing won't pass emissions in a mile, man. Tiny, how much to do a lower control arm, tie rods, and motor mount replace? For you, Tiny, nothing. You're the homie, man. How would I charge you? Shift linkage ends things here. These things are super, super annoying. They're literally one of the hardest things to pop out. They don't pop out nicely. So have fun with that, guys. That sucks, Tiny. Okay. So these guys are, the reason why you have to remove this is so you can get to the two 13 bolts right here for the slave cylinder here. You have to, they're like in a really funky spot. God, this thing is so annoying. I'm not going to try because I'm going to break it. Will 25, you can buy a used transmission pretty cheap, like about 200, 300 bucks. It's actually cheaper to do that if you're going to keep your car stock. If you're going to go for high performance, then yeah, it all depends, man. Okay, so the next thing is that we're going to have to remove the 3 13mm bolts that hold the shifter linkage, which is really annoying because these annoying little linkages are, I mean, they're super annoying. I mean, I go with tiny, yeah, rebuild and go big, but you got to keep in mind, it's all everybody's budget, man. Some people don't got the money to rebuild and go big. Some people got the money to go buy a used one and get back on the road, you know? It's all, you know, it's all based off your income and what you can and you can't do. Last one's in the back. Sensor here. It's known for just popping out. Super easy. Usually what I do is to pop it out, take it out, then put it back together. Because if you try to unplug it, you're going to break it. Most people who take these guys out always break it. Because they're in a really funky spot where you can break it easily.